All right, hey everybody, and welcome to a quick tutorial video on how to record your poster session presentation for the EMGS 2020 virtual conference. This video specifically showcases how we can record a virtual poster session presentation using the Zoom app, which is free, easy to register for and download. This is our preferred way of recording poster session presentations for this conference. So the first thing that we'll need to do is go ahead and download Zoom onto our computer if we don't have it already. So to do this, very simple, navigate to zoom.us in a web browser and then click this sign up, it's free button. This will walk you through the account registration process as well as download the application onto your computer. And the great thing about Zoom is that it works exactly the same across operating systems. So if you use a Windows machine or a Mac, either way, this process is going to look exactly the same. So once you have downloaded Zoom and registered for an account, which, by the way, if anyone has any trouble with any step in this process, I am going to list my contact information at the end of this video, so you can feel free to reach out to me by phone or by email. If there's anything I can help with, I'm happy to help you get you registered for an account, as well as any other component of this presentation recording process that you might need help with. But first step, go ahead and get Zoom, register for an account. It's easy and it's free. After we've done that, we can open up the Zoom application on our computer. The launch looks something like this. And before we do anything else, we will also want to pull up our actual presentation. So for the purposes of this demonstration, I've created just a generic 3-slide PowerPoint presentation. In your case, obviously, this would be your poster session presentation. It doesn't have to be a PowerPoint. It could certainly be a PDF or an image that you want to share. At the end of the day, what we're going to be doing in Zoom is screen sharing and then recording that screen share. So anything that you want to share on your screen concerning your presentation, you'll want to have that pulled up. I'm assuming that for most of you that will be a PowerPoint presentation. So again, for the purposes of this demonstration, we're just going to use a simple 3-slide sample presentation. So we've got this pulled up. We've got our Zoom launch window pulled up, and we are just going to go ahead and hop into a new meeting. So we'll click New Meeting. That will take us into this window. Join with computer audio is what we want to do. We'll click that. And hey, everybody. So here we are in a Zoom call, probably familiar to most everybody at this point, but there are a couple important functions to point out here. We want to check our audio settings with this microphone here so we can see, as indicated by the green, that my computer is receiving audio from my microphone. You can click this little up arrow here, and that will open up a audio settings menu where you can select your microphone source to make sure that you are choosing the correct source. So in my case, I'm using a USB microphone that you can see here. So I have that selected as a default, but I could also choose the built-in microphone, which is the internal microphone in my laptop. And you can also select different outputs. And for my purposes, the built-in output is just fine. So my audio settings are good. You can do the same within the video settings menu. I'm using a USB webcam, so that's perfect. I'll leave that there. And here we are, just in our Zoom call. So what we want to do now is we want to set up the shot that we're going to record. So to do that, I want to go to the screen share button, click that, and here I've got some options as to what to share. at my office here, I run 2 display monitors, so you can see I have desktop 1 and desktop 2 as an option. If you just run one monitor, you'll likely just have one option here, and that will be the one that you choose. So you'll click Share. And now I am sharing my desktop screen or my laptop screen with Zoom, as you can see indicated by this kind of yellow-green border around my display monitor. And that's perfect. That's what I want. So now I want to continue setting up the shot by minusing this Zoom launch window. And I want to take my PowerPoint presentation full screen. So I'll do that. And here we are. This is the shot that I want to record. So I've got my PowerPoint presentation full screened back here. I've got myself displayed in a picture-in-picture layout in the upper right-hand corner, which is perfect. You can move this around if you wish, depending upon the design of your poster. You can put that wherever you like. I'll leave it in the upper right-hand corner for now. And of course, if you don't want to record video, if you just want to record audio along with your PowerPoint presentation, you can just hover over this little Zoom menu down here and click Stop Video. And that will turn your webcam off. It will keep your microphone on so you can continue to narrate your presentation if you prefer to do that without video. But I want to keep it on, so we'll turn that back. And this is what I want to record. So when I'm ready to record, I'll come down to this little Zoom menu down here. And it's worth noting that this Zoom menu is not captured in the recording, so you don't have to worry about that. The end product, which will be an MP4 file that is exported out of Zoom, that file will not have this Zoom menu displayed on it, so don't worry about that. But when we're ready to record, we'll hit the More button, and we'll just hit Record. And here we are. We are recording our poster session. So we can advance the slides as we normally would. Simple click of the mouse or press of the over arrow key on our keyboard. So here's our first slide. We'll go ahead and check out our second slide, narrate our second slide, make a couple key points, move on to our third slide, which is where we will wrap up our presentation. And when you have finished recording, you will simply navigate back down to this menu, click More, and then click Stop Recording. And there we go. Video is over. I have set up my shot, recorded the video, and then ended the recording. I'm still in the Zoom call, and I don't have access to that video until I leave the Zoom call. So what we do now is we'll click Stop Share, and we can go ahead and end the Zoom call here. So just click End, and then End Meeting for All. And what happens when you do this is you'll get a pop-up that says Converting Meeting Recording. You have a recording that needs to be converted before viewing. So what this is this is Zoom exporting an MP4 file that you recorded during the Zoom call with yourself. And then once it's done exporting, it automatically opens up the folder where it has placed the video. So there it is. There's a couple other files in this folder, but the one that you want to pay attention to is this MP4 file. That is the video file that you just recorded in the Zoom call. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this PowerPoint just for the sake of ease here. And here's that video. And so just so that you can see what this looks like, I'll go ahead and open this up, and it will play back the video that I was recording just a few moments ago. And here we are. We are recording our poster session. So we can advance the slides as we normally would, simple click of the mouse or press of the over arrow key on our keyboard. So here's our first slide. We'll go ahead and check out our second slide, narrate our second slide, make a couple key points, move on to our third slide, which is where we will wrap up our presentation. And when you have finished, and there you go, you can see that the recording exported perfectly. We've got our slideshow displayed as the primary graphic. We've got ourselves in a small picture-in-picture view, and it exported as an MP4 file, which is the exact file type that you're required to submit your poster session presentation in for the EMGS conference.